Hello, everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel. I am AHA's AI-powered educator, and I'll be helping you navigate through this incredible journey of Latinos Immigrant Guide to Starting a Business in Arkansas. But don't worry, just because it says immigrant in Arkansas does not necessarily mean that you cannot adapt this to any entrepreneur adventure that's out there. Our CEO wishes that she had this book 10 years ago when she started her adventure. She might have not been such an early bird in opening because definitely these are some questions that you might not think about started. As we navigate through this book, you'll notice that you have the University of Arkansas and the Division of Agriculture. We internal as an AHA team would like to thank the University of Arkansas and the Division of Agriculture for gifting these books to our AHA CEO, Ileana Sutton, so she continued to empower those entrepreneurs that she finds in her journey without having to reinvent any of those key concepts or questions that are already embedded in this material. So, I want to also thank once again the University of Arkansas research team, the University of Arkansas Corporate Extension Services, and as well as acknowledge Courtney Buckus, Velma Dominguez, Stephen Ferguson, Rudy Ortiz for all of the work that they did on all the way from editing to making sure that key concepts and questions were added. So let's get started. Couple of paragraphs that we'll have to go through and a couple of chapters, but hang in there because it's worth it. I promise I will split it half and half as we go. No more headaches as you learn. You can stop, you can pause, and you can do whatever you need to walk away, but just make sure to make it worth your time. These are key concepts, so let's get ready. We're going to start with the introduction. I've already said, hey, how are you? And our background, a little bit how we came across the book. So back in the day when diversity wasn't diversity in Northwest Arkansas, this book happened to come. Their person that helped them with the translation was not available for interpretations. And guess what? They seek the services of AHA Interpreting Solutions, which we are a relative LLC of AHA Workforce Education Solutions. So they reached out to us, and our CEO stepped up to the plate and introduced this concept of this book to an audience of diverse Hispanic individuals that were either interested in opening up a business or already had a business. So we adventured in this with a couple of people and different nonprofit business organizations and sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce in Rogers. And we rock and rolled. So I have a little bit experience in teaching this book, and hopefully you will be able to express and ask your questions by asking questions by simply putting them on the YouTube. And we'll make sure that we'll look at them and respond as soon as we can. So that's just a little history of that. We asked a couple of years later for the book in order for us to be able to empower, as I mentioned before, and now here we are again. So we'll go through a couple of steps. Step one, we'll talk about assessing your business potentials, personality assessments, skill assessments, lifestyle assessments, and then we'll go into step two, defining a business idea, startup cost worksheet, right? Everyone needs to know what startup costs you're going to have. Step three, determining the feasibility of your business ideas by evaluating your personal knowledge, products of service, customers, and competition. Step four, you'll select professional business advisors, which is so important to have on your team. Step five, choosing a business legal structure. Do you know what a sole proprietorship is? A partnership, a corporation, LLC, corporation and legal structures, which LLC is considered limited liability company. Step six, selecting your business location. Which are you virtual? Are you going to have a little place, a hole in the wall, a huge building, opportunities for funding? It is beyond your dreams. Step seven, developing your business and financial systems. We definitely need to utilize a balancing sheet, your cash flow statement. What kind of business are you? How is your payment structure? Step eight, writing your business plan. Wow, will you wait until you get to that story so I can share how our CEO's business plan really looked like? Step nine, understanding regulatory requirements. This is compliancy, compliancy. You must pay your taxes. If you're construction, you must have insurance. Step 10, obtaining financial assistance. Applying for a bank loan. What are those things that some banks loan? And what do we need to get those loans? And then we have appendix and all that good stuff that you're going to need. All right. So I'm just going to briefly go through the introduction. This guide is designed to provide information to all who are starting a small business in Arkansas. As I mentioned before, this is a step by step process with worksheets and activities ready to rock and roll. If you're interested for a copy, connect with me and I possibly might be able to shoot you out a copy. So here we go. Let's get ready. We're going to start with step one, step two, step three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We already talked about the background. This book's been around since 2008. Was, of course, created by a grant geared for the Latinos in Arkansas. But now, guess what? It's geared for everyone and everyone who's anticipating to start a business. But those who are in the diversity community and really want to keep up, once again, this was done in 2008. Some of the data is not updated, but the facts and the questions remain the same. So let's just kind of go back in 2008. These were the percentages that Latino immigrant entrepreneurs felt that were barriers: 37%, 13%, 12%, 10% of finding location, 37% was not having enough startup and capital, understanding regular taxes, advertisement was 12%, finding a location was 10%, and getting a license was 3%. Definitely would love to kind of get more data information that's updated. Table three, information that Latino immigrants needed to start a business in Arkansas. Understanding the license and business regulations. I know definitely in Northwest Arkansas, there's a lot of nonprofit organizations that are doing their best to meet the needs of all of those questions. But we are here to share with you that if you ever need any kind of direction and you can't just seem to find that answer, please send us an email by visiting our webpage at www.ahaworkforce.com. There's a contact button. Send our CEO a question. She's the one that answers those questions directly. It's not an AI certification. It's not an AI answer that comes your way, but definitely utilize us if you need to. Language assistance back in 2008 was 8.1, which now a lot of our entrepreneurs are bilingual or at least trying to overcome their heavy accents or their lack of understanding, but everyone is doing what they're trying to do best. So, what does this really look like, right? So first it says one, you should, and almost 40% of business owners say they had difficult getting the money to start a business. About 13% of owners said they had difficult understanding where to go and how to even get licensed. So this is really going to break it down from assessing your business potential to defining your ideas, to determining your feasibility, your business ideas, to select your professional business advisors, to choose your business legal structure, to select your business location, to step seven, develop your business financial systems, step eight, to write your business plan, step nine, to understand regulatory requirements, and step 10, to obtain financial assistance. So, ready or not, all of that information, what does that really mean? Well, let's get started. We're going to start with assessing your business potential. One, what does this really mean? Starting your own business requires a great deal of planning and preparation. A lot of entrepreneurs dream big, and then they kind of get scared away a little bit when they realize that, oh my God, I think I'm really going to do this. But then when they come to asking and knowing about all the risk of money, your time, your family, your failures, this is where things kind of get scary. This is where it's hard for those that are working 8 to 5, are used to getting a paycheck every week on time. This is when it gets a little bit shaky. Do I or do I not? But the rewards of being an entrepreneur is that you're independent. You have you're your boss. You can determine how you do business, how you operate business, who you do business with, who you do not want to do business with. And of course, money is always a great opportunity as an entrepreneur. So you can avoid many risks by carefully planning and researching your projects, right? That's something that we should all do. We have to design and set a self-assessment tool to help evaluate our personal skills and lifestyles. Because I sometimes don't like to get up early anymore. In the very beginning, of course, I was an early bird shiner, used to be at work at 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, myself, but our CEO as well. So she used to get up early in the morning, hitting the road to be at her hospital by 5 o'clock in the morning. Now she opens her office 9 o'clock. It's a Monday through Friday with limited hours on Wednesday. She closes her offices around 3, and she doesn't take personal Zoom meetings or any kind of meetings on Friday. So definitely something to pay attention to. So get ready. Here we go. There's no such thing as a dumb answer, but I definitely need you to reflect and let's take a deep breath because you want to answer yes or no. You don't need to think about them too much. You know yourself. So let's start by simply taking a couple of breaths before we begin this personality assessment. So let's take a deep breath. Ready? Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. To help you feel better and ready to rock and roll. So let's begin with the first personality trait. I am a leader. Yes or no? I can make decisions. Yes or no? I am independent. Yes or no? I set goals to accomplish them. Yes or no? I plan ahead. Yes or no? I get along with others. Yes or no? I'm confident. Yes or no? I'm responsible. Yes or no? I am flexible. Yes or no? I know my limits and respect them. Financial time and management. Yes or no? I am on time to events. Yes or no? I meet project deadlines. Yes and no? I can recognize other people's skill and talent. Yes or no? I am goal oriented. Yes or no? I am persistent. Yes or no? Now, review your statements and decide how you will improve in the areas where you answer no. You can get trained or advice to help you improve your behaviors in these areas. Make plans to deal with these topics so you can strengthen your business quality. So, why are these so important? Well, because sometimes we have a big idea. There's so many inventors out there that are leaders that really don't lead in public. They have other people because sometimes they're shy, sometimes they're not public speakers, but that's okay because knowing your answers from the very beginning allows you to create a superstar team. Can I make decisions? Yes or no? It's okay if you're undecided because that's where you know you'll need a team of support. Not all of us can make those decisions underneath fire, but that's why you bring a good team of knowledge. You bring other people in. Sometimes you need them, sometimes you don't. Am I independent? As an entrepreneur, you have to be independent. There's days and times where you only have you, the only one believing in your dreams. And sometimes it can get lonely out there. And sometimes you'll know that, hey, I can't start this adventure by myself. because I need someone to kind of help me and empower me through. And that is okay. I set goals and accomplish them. Do you set goals? Are you going to have a structure where it's goal based, or are you going to have a business that is all about accomplishing um, the most adventurous journey of all for your team? Everyone's goals and accomplishments are different. No one should be the same. Everyone should be a little bit different on what it is that they are supposed to be accomplishing. I plan ahead. Are you going to be the planner in your team? Are you going to be the one that makes sure that your team gets there at 4 when the event starts at 6? Are you going to be the one that makes sure that you hire Marianne to help with the planning because you're overwhelmed already and you know that you need someone? Maybe you have a family. Maybe you're a mom. Maybe you're juggling. So you always need to make sure that you understand. I get along with other people. Are you going to be the face of your product? Is there Mary Ann a little bit more personable than you are? Do people seem to kind of go to Mary Ann versus you? It's okay as long as you know what your team is supposed to do. Am I confident? You have to be confident as an entrepreneur. When someone asks, what do you do? What is your journey? You should be able to turn around and quickly answer it. So, confidence doesn't sometimes come overnight. Confidence is something that is built. Our leader, CEO of AHA, has built her confidence. Every day she works on her confidence. So, yes or no, no worries. Confidence is something that will come the more you practice, the better you'll get. Am I responsible? Are you responsible? Are you ethically responsible as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner? These are questions you need to know. If you haven't been responsible, that just means that you're going to have to work on it. Maybe you're not going to jump into the entrepreneur until you set some true goals and that you can know that you've marked them off. It could be as simple as I'm going to start my business plan today. I'm going to work for it for 2 hours. I'm going to create an awesome team. I'm going to start creating what my business looks like. And if you so notice that you kind of go off of your journey, it's okay. But it's all about being responsible and owning up to all of those things that happen as an entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur isn't always glory. Am I flexible? You have to be flexible in order to be a leader. You don't know what's happening some days. Some days it's like you're walking around, even though you might have the best goal, the best plan, all of a sudden, all of that stuff can come to an end. So you have to know how to be flexible, flexible with your team, flexible with your time, flexible with your energy, but always create some kind of barrier around you to keep you healthy and focused in your journey. You know your limits and respect them of financial, of time and management. A lot of us kind of go through this as entrepreneurs. A lot of entrepreneurs are revenue based or contract based, which adds a lot of financial headaches and barriers and all kinds of mess sometimes. But being respectful and being transparent is the key. And always make sure you follow those DOL guidelines. I am a time, am I am on time for event. Are you the one that runs behind all the time? Do you have Mary Ann that comes and is always there at 7:30 before the meeting starts at 7:45? You want to make sure that you know who your early bird in your team is. If it's not you, then make sure that you designate someone to be there before you. It is okay as long as it's all a team. I meet project deadlines. Really important for us to know, especially as an entrepreneur, because projects become funding applications, meetings, funding opportunities, media opportunities. So making sure that you can meet your project guidelines are huge because sometimes if you don't meet them, they snowball in marketing, especially when you're working with different partners that are involved. I can recognize other people's skill and talent. So, so important. There's no such thing as I in team. A team is meant to empower. It is meant for you to recognize your team's superhero powers. So you can assign Mary Ann the early events, where you can assign someone the project deadlines. This is what it means to have an awesome team, for them to empower your leader, which would be you as an entrepreneur, when you need it. Not all the time, but when you need it. That's what a team is supposed to be there for. Am I goal oriented? It's really important for you to be able to set goals. Little goals, big goals. I know it's hard to compete with the big corporations that set their goals. Like, for instance, Thanksgiving sale. Who can compete with Walmart, right? No one can compete with Walmart. So let's keep our goals realistic and make sure they fit our journeys. And am I persistent? You need to be persistent as an entrepreneur. Sometimes getting a no and doors shut, windows closed happens on a regular basis, especially if you are a a for-profit business. We get all those hard no's, and we have our counterparts that are considered nonprofit who get a little bit easier defense and funding, which that's okay, because either way, we have to know how to be persistent in what it is we're doing in order to be in our journey. All right. So that is all for today. Introduction and personal assessment. We will follow up with a session number two, which will go through the skills assessment. So, once again, signing out, your virtual AI led aviator here at AHA. Once again, if our CEO and founder can live her dreams and continues to push her boundaries in her journey, we believe that you can do anything you set your mind to. So, once again, thank you for this adventure. See you next time. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and share the links with all the others. And if you'd like to have a live session, connect with us at www.ahaworkforce.com or leave a comment, and one of us will get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks, and have a great day.